Many thanks for joining us here at the K24 Newscast. I trust you are having yourself a good afternoon. So am I. We've compiled for you the latest happenings across the country. But first, let's take a look at the news making headlines at this hour. More than 10 families of police brutality victims who died during recent anti-government protests record statements at IPOA offices. Standoff at the UDA party headquarters as supporters of Secretary General Cleophas Malala stormed the offices, chanting pro-Malala slogans and asserting his leadership position. Court to rule on a case where survivors of the April 2nd, 2015 Garissa University attack sued the state for negligence, seeking compensation for failing to act on intelligence of the impending terror attack. Welcome to the program. My name is Bentura Kompukanda, sign language interpreter. This afternoon will be Clement Muli. And the chaos erupted at the UDA headquarters following a clash between supporters of the UDA Secretary General Cleophas Malala. And our reporter Ian Kaitani was there earlier on and filed the following report. Let's take a look.
By the UDA party, following certain events that have taken place yesterday and today here at the party headquarters. And I want to begin by saying that yesterday we got a gentleman by the name of Joe Calendar who came here at the party and released a presser saying that he's the SG of the party and left. This morning, the same gentleman came back and said that he was coming to continue, because yesterday he did say that he would be coming daily. At the same time, a group of political goons also came this morning, and they have beaten up the said gentleman. He's been badly hurt. And as a result, we called an urgent meeting of the members of the NEC who are present within Nairobi. I wish to report that we've sat down and we've made the following decision. Number one, we want to say that whatever happened yesterday was unfortunate. The political party called UDA has a constitution, clear party structures and organs within which decisions are made, and therefore somebody cannot come to the party and declare himself or herself an official of the party without following the laid down party procedures for him or her to be the position they declare they belong to. And therefore, we want to condemn what happened yesterday in the strongest term possible and say that please know that the UDA party has a constitution, and therefore you cannot come here and declare yourself a particular official without following the necessary party structures. Number two, we again condemn in the strongest term possible the people who've been mobilized to come to the party to cause mayhem and to hurt others. We are a party that believes in the rule of law. We are a party with very clear ways and means of dealing with our conflicts, and we do not in any way support what has happened today and the goons that have been brought to the party headquarters to bring chaos. Therefore, I wish to announce that we are going to have a National Executive Committee meeting, NEC meeting, and it's an emergency meeting on Friday to resolve the matters that have emerged in the party since yesterday. I wish to assure all our members that as the NEC, we shall make sure we resolve those matters in a fair and best way possible, and the party will be back on its feet, and that we will not allow what we've seen happen to continue. So be rest assured that we've taken this matter very, very seriously and will take the necessary action on Friday after the National Executive Committee meeting. And we'll be able to announce to our members and to public the decisions of NEC, because that is where decisions are made. Our decisions are not made in the streets. Our decisions are not made through political hooliganism. Our decisions are made by the laid down organs of the party and structures. Ningetaka kuchukua hii nafasi niseme ya kwamba jana tulipata jamaa mmoja ambaye alikuja kwa chama hapa UDA headquarters, anajiita Joe Kalendi. Joe alikuja na akafanya press conference akasema yeye ndiye Secretary General wa chama cha UDA. After that,
well, and away from that, over 10 families accompanied by a team of lawyers have presented themselves at the IPOA offices to record statements. This follows claims that families of the victims from recent protest had not come forward. IPOA chairperson Ann Makore stated that these statements are crucial for ensuring justice for the victims' families. Let's listen in. Definitely we'll be coming back to that story later on. And the health workers in Meru County have announced a strike set to begin on August 1st, 2024, citing the county government's failure to honor a return to work agreement signed last year. Union officials accuse the government of neglecting the allocated funds for health workers promotion. Judge Gibore, General Secretary of Kenya Union of Clinical Officers, confirmed that recent negotiations with county officials yielded no progress. As part of their protest, the health workers plan to occupy the Meru County Assembly to demand that their issues be included in the budget, a move that threatens to disrupt healthcare services for thousands of residents.
We had already a running agreement with the county government of Meru, and that particular agreement has not been fulfilled. Even on the very least, even the common cadres that were issued with letters, those particular letters have not been implemented. And that is the reason as to why we issued a strike notice that is expiring on Wednesday night. And that particular strike in Meru County shall commence on 1st of August 2024.
People are feeling disgruntled and disrespected by this county government. And to that respect, that strike still stands. We were invited by the county government to address those issues, and it has come out very clear. Their submission is a confirmation of being in action, for doing nothing.
The meeting, we haven't gotten any solution. Whatever the stories are here is regarding to the issues of promises, but we are saying that you've been promised for long. Some of us have been promised for 8 years. Others have gotten promises for the last 14 years. But we are saying our position as it stands today, we are not taking any promises, but you have come here for implementation.
Once something is not budgeted, it cannot happen. Our assembly has promised us they are doing itemized in budget. If this itemized budget does not contain money for promotion, then it won't happen. So we are telling them, let them tell us the truth, let them leave us to the fact, and fulfill the agreement they signed last year, if they are genuine, and if they wish well for the people of Meru County.
And in our earlier story, over 10 families accompanied by a team of lawyers have presented themselves at the IPOA offices to record statements. Now let's cross over live and listen in.
And you heard the Vice Chair say even the Nairobi Police Commander, Mr. Bugei, also came here to record a statement. So far those that have been summoned have come to record statements. But there are different levels of non-cooperation. There are other documents we may want that we've not been able to get, that we are looking at, like deployment orders, operational orders, and we're in the process of engaging with the command. Sometimes the reasons given that the chaos was sporadic, so that the officers who were initially probably assigned Moi Avenue, if chaos became excessive along Parliament Road, then they are reorganized quickly, and you mobilize them from wherever they are available, so that the officers who are probably at the other side of town are brought this way. And therefore there is that mix-up. We don't take that as an excuse, so we'll do what we need to do. And that's why we said where we can't nail the individuals, we already have a president on command responsibility. So those are some of the challenges that we have. Obviously, we have 125,000 strong men and women in NPS against a workforce of 292. And those men and women are distributed to the smallest village in the country. So sometimes we get stretched in terms of resources, and that's why it's critical that we work with other stakeholders like yourselves, the members of the fourth estate, because you are virtually everywhere, and the civil society or non-state institutions that also have operations everywhere, because on our own we'll be limited. So to cater for that shortfall, we work in close collaboration with other state and non-state institutions that more or less carry the same responsibility as us, safeguarding the space of human rights and fundamental freedoms. So basically that's how we work. In terms of convictions, the court processes take their life. We may have very many files in court, but how long they take is outside of our individual.
And the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee is contemplating disbanding the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, ESCC, citing its ineffectiveness in combating corruption, though no formal petition has been presented yet. Following a meeting with stakeholders on the ESCC Amendment Bill 2024, the committee proposed that the chairperson of the commission should have a legal background. The Law Society of Kenya, the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, and the Kenya Law Reforms has supported the endorsement of the proposal, while only the ESCC opposes it.
These amendments, if they come to play. Now, when we come to, I will allow Faith here to deal with the issue of the judiciary and the DPP. Let me also handle the issue of the role of the chairperson when it comes to the 4 items that were listed by the chair of the committee. Let me start first of all with the assumed, or rather the fight between the DPP and ESCC. There isn't any fight as such, and I think if we look at the law, the current existing law, which is the Anti-Corruption and Economic Crimes Act, Section 37, subsection 4, that cures any difference that we may have with the ODPP. It says clearly, Section 35 of the same act talks about ESCC submitting a report, a quarterly report, to the National Assembly and to the President on all the cases that we have dealt with and the recommendations that we have given. Now, when you go down to 37.4, what it clearly stipulates is the DPP will also submit annual report, which will also clearly clarify the grounds as to which he declined to enforce our recommendation. Now, that is the lacuna, that is the gap that is actually not being implemented. And I want to throw that ball back to this committee, that it is the role of the National Assembly, in my assessment, in my view, to put together the 2 institutions. Here is ESCC that has submitted, say, 20, 30 files with recommendations.
Away from that, authorities have intensified their crackdown on counterfeit alcohol in Njeru area, where detectives from the Ngao team confiscated over 320 cartons of fake liquor, 105 liters of ethanol and 20 liters of blended spirit. OCPD Kayole James Musimi confirmed that the premises were being used as both a distillery and a packaging facility, posing a significant threat to public health. No arrests have been made yet, but police assure that they are closing in on the owner of the operation. The DCC of Njiru Sub-County, Dr. George Mbugua, has vowed to arrest all involved in these illegal activities and has urged consumers to verify their products.
Yeah, this afternoon, we had some intelligence-led information, and that led us to this premise here within Njiru area, and we were lucky to break into this premise to find there were around 323 cartons of around 7 brands of the common local Liga brands, which we are basically very aware that it is counterfeit, and we also found 105 liters of ethanol, as well as 20 liters of blended spirits.
Just like what the SPD has said, if you look behind us, this is the largest consignment ever netted, possibly in Nairobi. But we believe all those who have been supplied with this product kindly confirm with the KRA, with the Kenya Bureau of Standards, whether you are selling the right product. And now, since we know the licensed dealers, we want to put on notice all those outlets, and especially within Njiru Sub-County. If you are caught with this, then you are under compliance in this business.
Sasa hapa tuko maeneo ya Kirima hapa. Kuna place hapa imetengenezwa, lakini sisi kama vijana tulijua hii ni kama place ya gym. Kumbe tu ilikuwa tu place ya pombe. Sasa sisi kama vijana hatutaki pombe ya haramu. Hii mbinu ni mbaya. Kwanza ethanol iko hapo. Vitu mingi hata ukikunywa hautaendelea poa maishani. Utakufa haraka.
You're watching K24 News Cut, and at this point we take our first break here and we'll be back with more stories. Stay tuned for that.